AITAH for not wanting my mom's boyfriend anywhere near my vagina? Hey everyone, I'm really stuck in a weird and kinda gross situation right now. I'm 18F, finishing up high school and still living with my mom, 34F. So, a few months ago, my mom started dating this new guy who's 50. Okay, age gap weirdness aside, things got super awkward for me personally. About 3 months ago, my period started getting super bad. Like, talking unusually heavy bleeding and major cramps and just a lot of pain that I've never dealt with before. Obviously, I was like, okay, time to see a gynecologist, because I haven't been to one since I was 15 and this isn't something to mess around with. Also, it's time to get a routine pelvic exam anyway. I told my mom, thinking she'd be supportive and help me make an appointment. We live in a pretty remote rural area right now. My high school has literally like 50 students, and it's like an hour drive to the nearest urgent care even. Also, the insurance I'm on sucks and I need her to help me with the copay. But nope. The next day, she's like, guess what? My boyfriend can do your checkup. Yeah, turns out he used to be a board-certified gynecologist, but got his license yanked away a few years back. And why does she want him to do it? To save money on the copay since our insurance kinda sucks, and to avoid driving 2 hours to see a doctor in town. Now, let me be clear, this guy gives me the major creeps. He's done stuff like not knocking before entering my room, making weird jokes that are definitely not okay, and just giving me those vibes that scream, stay away. So, the thought of him being all up in my business for a pelvic exam? Hell no. When I said as much to my mom, explaining there's no way I'm letting her boyfriend anywhere near me like that, she lost it. She said I was being insulting, assuming the worst about her BF, and that I had hurt his feelings by suggesting he couldn't be trusted. She said I was essentially implying he's a pervert. It ended with her saying I was grounded for even thinking he was some sort of creep. So, here I am, feeling stuck and kinda violated by the mere suggestion, and punished on top of that. Am I the a-hole for standing my ground and not wanting her boyfriend to do the exam? Update. So I get home from school today, and my mom is waiting in the living room for me, sobbing. Her boyfriend, the creep, is standing right there next to her. For background, for the past 2 years she's been a really religious, born-again Christian type. No boys, curfew, the whole 9 yards. I've never had sex or had a boyfriend. So in between sobs she tells me the creep talked to her today, and told her that based on my symptoms, heavy bleeding and period cramps, and my disrespectful behavior, he's sure that it's from having sex. Not even an STD, but from having intercourse that was so intense it injured my insides. I've literally never heard of this and I looked it up later and it's not even a fugging thing. Meanwhile the creep is sitting there mostly silent, nodding along with what my mom is saying. I tried to get a word in but that's when the creep started on me, telling me don't even bother denying it, I've been a gynecologist for over a decade, I know this when I see it yada yada yada. My mom then starts yelling at me like how could you do this to me and so on and so forth. She's convinced I've been going out and having sex with boys from school when I've literally just been seeing the 2 or 3 friends I have. So then they explain that they decided together some consequences for what I allegedly did, that I'm grounded, they're going to switch out my iPhone for a dumb phone so I can't use social media, I'm not allowed out to see my friends, and, this is the fucking crazy bit, the creep is going to perform a weekly purity test invasive vaginal exam to make sure that I'm not actively having sex until they can trust me again. And the first one is gonna be this weekend. I'm totally fucking lost here. Obviously I'm not going through with this, but I have no money at all and nowhere I can stay even for one night. I'm leaning on making up some excuse to avoid the purity thing and keep my smartphone until I can sort something out. Any other ideas are appreciated.